Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the third and final part of this series of exploring the Heir Property, where I discuss the issues as well as show you the Heir Property. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I've not been back there. Look, it's new. I don't even call this area being here. But one day I need to come out here and explore this side. Explore this area. They must have prepared this and created this path. I should ask those gentlemen if they created this path back here to hunt. Under the penalty of the law, no hunting or trespass. Yeah, I don't even call this area here. I'm actually send a drone up here and go check it out one day. It's a tall tree. You can see. It's kind of peaceful right now. Very quiet. You just hear the bugs, nature. I need to go check that out. It's an old dog cage. This gate, private property, no trespassing. And when gentlemen, when they pulled up, they started to talk to me. One of the first questions was, and they're very respectful, very respectful people, because I believe I met one of them or some of them before, but they're very respectful, and they asked if I was the ex-vice president of the property. I said no. He was like, well, I'm the president of the hunting club. I said, okay, nice to meet you. And so we had our pleasantries, introduced ourselves, and started, having a conversation. And but yeah, he's like, hey, anytime we see people walk around, we always ask. I said, well, I appreciate it. I mean, no issue here, no issue. But if you see my other video, there was actually I believe it was in 2018. There was a trailer here that was gutted, and that trailer was actually part of the argument for the lawsuit in 2011. That there was testimony given, evidence, photos introduced into court records, police report, accusing or alleging that members of my family had something to do with the trailer being gutted, and theft, and the copper wiring or copper piping or whatever material that was gutted from the trailer. Members of my family were accused of that, or alleged to have something to do with that. So I guess this is their new meeting place. You got a porta potty there. Never been back there. We even got an old trash can, or I say trash can, but probably been here for years. I believe it was here too, and I came here in 2018, well, 17, 18, around that period of time. Yeah, so you guess you got a hunting stand there. Then you come back here one day and go exploring. I really should get my drone out one day. One day I'll get my drone up, probably explore more of this property, see what it looks like from the top down. You got give that bird eye view, especially right there, the opening. Probably could take off from the opening right there and fly it. Boy, I don't hit nothing. You gotta clean this place up though. These beer bottles and cans, and you know, part of the hunting rights that I drafted up and signed along with the hunting club members, that there will be no littering. So I'm not sure they put that litter. I don't think they're littering, but they need to clean up. Definitely need to clean up. You know, again, I'll talk about taking care of people's property. Take care of your property. Right? Something like there's water back there. Could be just sounds from the highway. Yeah, it sounds like this highway. People driving on the highway. But it sounds like rushing water. So now I'm walking to the PD River. This area looks a lot better now than it did in 2018, 2019, after the storm came through and it caused some damage to this boat ramp here. Yeah, this is all muddy and full of water. The river's pretty high. Get my drone and come out and fly it one day. Careful not to fall. Here it is, the mighty PD River. When I was a young boy, I think probably, I'll say a boy, a teenager, between 12 and 14, I came here and actually went fishing with one of my aunts, one of my grandmother's sister. Actually, she would be my great aunt. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Sorry for the noise from the road above. But so this way here is the other part of property. I've been back here once. It's probably been, yeah, maybe 4 years. 2018 or 19. Before the storm that came through. Came over here. So I think at one point, the Heir Property, this was all part of the Heir Property, all of this was part of Heir Property. The bridge wasn't here. But then the railroads came, you know, evolution, right? Progress. So the story goes that this was sold to whoever, right? To create the road, to bring in a train for railroad tracks. I think members of my family worked on the railroad tracks. Also were loggers. Even lost a cousin, which if he was alive today, I believe I would be his second cousin. But he was first cousin to my mother. So his children are my cousin, first cousin. We're first cousins. But anyway, so he worked as a logger, but he died in a logging accident. He was killed in a logging accident. But nonetheless, here's my family. Worked on the railroad. We're loggers, and some even moved up north for better jobs. From Philadelphia to Maryland, Virginia, even in Georgia, Atlanta area. You know, after slavery, people migrated, right? They migrated where they migrated from, but this is part of that property too. It's part of the property, and it runs. I think this property here, this side of the property, is about 6 acres, total of 6 acres. I'm not really sure, but I think for the map, as well as what was done by the Forestry Commission, that this is believed to be 6 acres additional property belonging to the Wash James et al. Estate. Again, I walked it one time with my uncle. So yeah, we came here, people were, you know, camping out. You see all the litter, right? Camping out, drinking beer, doing what they're doing out here, fishing, whatever. For the longest time, this has been, you know, not regulated. Again, you know, lawlessness, people not following rules and following laws, having a sense of entitlement more so than others, not abiding by the rules and laws, just doing what they want. Again, that's why it's important that you have property, take care of it, pay attention, you go out and see about it. It's like you go out and see about people, reach out to people, call and ask them questions, and drive them to their home, see how they're doing. Same thing about property. Go see about it. Pay attention. Not just sit back and wait and hoping, praying, wishing. Taking action. Beautiful sight. Very peaceful. I mean, I'm the only one here right now, as it probably should be, but I mean, there's nobody trespassing, there's nobody out here on the side of the property that shouldn't be here, that's not part heir owner of this property. But anyways, what was that? Is that a fish? Just jumped. You see that? Yeah, there's the railroad tracks. The railroad. Sometimes I think it's being used still. It's been a while since I've been down here and heard a train come through. But my grandmother doesn't live too far. When she was alive, you know, her home, her family's home, it's not too far from here. But she has since passed. This 2 years ago she passed. But nevertheless, so again, speaking with the gentleman, you know, the members of the hunting club, they expressed their viewpoints on it and made comments and gave me insight to what's going on with the property, with their experience with dealing with the property, you know, being that they were hunting the property for the last 10, 15, 20 years, you know, or more, right? But, you know, a week and a half ago, I think it was a week and about a week and a half ago, I received a phone call from one of the elderly ladies that was one of the managers with me, and you know, of course we exchanged pleasantries, and she asked me if I was willing to meet with her and the other manager, one of the other ex-managers, another elderly lady, and I initially said yes, but as the days went on and thinking and dealing with what's going on behind the scenes or any with the court action, I changed my answer to no, because people are not telling the truth, and you know, my character, my name, my reputation is being dragged through the mud. People, members of my family and others, have called me crazy, delusional. I'm a liar, committed fraud. I'm being petty. I'm being bitter. I got low ass energy, poison ego, you name it. The emails, the text messages, the messages on Facebook. I mean, it's ridiculous. All because I'm coming forward and trying to do things right by the book, follow the rules and follow the laws, trying to preserve and protect this property. But I'm being attacked. Me and my mother are being attacked. We're being defamed. Our members of our family who didn't want to be a part of the legal action, right? That didn't have the time, energy, and money to contribute, right? It's about doing things right. But I answered no. I said no, and I'm not going to sit there and meet with people that are saying things, and people are sitting back in the cut, right on the bench, watching as things go on, being a spectator, and not speaking up, not standing up. Because if it was theirs, if there was their son, their daughter, their child, their whoever, I'm sure they would have done it. They would speak up. They would have spoken up. They would have said something. But they're not doing it. But then they can call me and ask me questions. Ask, hey, did you post this on? Did you send out? No, I didn't do it. Go back and read it. See where it came from. Well, things need to be done according with the rules and laws. Well, then why don't you go say that then? Why don't you go say that to them? Why don't you take the time to call them and ask questions, or go to the meetings, whatever meetings that they're having, and you say it to them. You stand up. But when it was me and my family, you attacked us. Right? Y'all said what y'all said. You took members of my family to court. You did what you did. And some of you had no business going and taking my family to court. But yet when it came to me and my family, we were wrong with taking you and everybody else to court. But yet my name is on unknown documents, so I committed any kind of fraud or forgery. I didn't steal any money. I didn't sign no hunting rights over to people that had no business being on the property hunting. I didn't do things on the table. I didn't do things behind closed doors. But yet y'all said I am doing it. You said I did it and I'm done it. I'm doing it. Prove it. Where's the evidence at? Where's the evidence? I've yet to see any evidence. Those individuals that are saying that, hey, I'm trying to sell this property. I'm trying to put it in all in my name. Where's your evidence? You have yet to present the evidence. You had an opportunity. Y'all ain't done it. You're not doing it. But I'm bitter and petty. I'm a liar. I'm crazy, delusional. God's watching. I'm that of the devil. I'm a dictator. All in writing. All this is in writing. Emails, text messages, Facebook posts, during meetings, So, again, it's about doing things right, preserving and protecting the property. And the gentleman that I spoke to, I didn't put them on camera. I'm gonna put them on camera, but they agree with me. They say what they said. They gave me the history. They told me that, hey, yeah, I remember this. I went to all the meetings. I was going to the meetings. See, the people need to come forward and tell the truth. But for years, members of my family and others have been excluded from the conversation to know what's going on with property. This is Heir's property. It's not their property. It's not my property. It's Heir property. So again, if you have property, anybody else got property, Heir property, pay attention. Go see about your property. Go see about your family's property. Ask questions. Right? No one should have a sense of entitlement more so than somebody else, unless it's written down in paper, right? Signed by a judge, county the clerk, whatever, clerk of court, whatever, saying that you, whoever, has owner of the property, or you have this much share of the property. Get it in writing. Get it in writing. And that's the problem. People don't want to go through the process because it costs too much. Yeah, it costs money. You ain't gonna do it for free unless you know how to do it yourself. But there's organizations out there that can help you, such as the Center for Heirs Property. But you have to be in agreement. They won't get involved unless there is 100% agreement. That one heir or one person doesn't want to agree, guess what? They will not get involved. And I reached out to them to ask for help, just like other individuals before me went out there and asked for help. There's a right way and a wrong way of doing things. A right way and a wrong way. And I'm trying to do things the right way, but yet I'm a dictator, right? I didn't lie about nothing. I didn't commit no fraud. If there's evidence, they have yet to prove it. And sharing my emails and saying things on paper and emails and text messages. Okay, come keep that same energy in court. Let's go do this in court. Look at that turtle. I can see it. It just went down in the water, but there's a turtle there. Pretty cool. All right, I think I stayed here long enough. I'm gonna go walk, or actually drive to parts of the road where they took some of the earth. I said they, as in the Department of Transportation, who repaired the Jake Hill Road. They took some of the earth, the materials. I say earth, like soil, sand, concrete blocks, whatever, and repair the road that was damaged during the storm in 2018. So I'm gonna drive/walk up there and then show you that part, and then end out this video. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching so far. So now I'm up from the edges of the property. This area here is where the construction crew that repaired the road came in and cleared out a path here to get access to the material. The material being soil, right? Sand, soil, dirt, concrete blocks, rocks, bricks, whatever you want to name it. Parts of the old road that came through here. You can see that path, at least probably about a few hundred yards. But there's the highway, if you will. It goes across the PD River into Marion from Florence. Those that are familiar with this area, but there's a lot of overgrowth here. Again, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all this wasn't here. All this overgrowth. They basically cleared a path to get access to material. But when Marion County, as well as the Department of Transportation, oh man, look at the turtle there. See it? Hey, Mr. Turtle. Anyway, so when they came out here, the crews came out here and began their work, at no point in time were we included. Now this is a period of time where I was one of the managers per the agreements made in court. So this is a year, nearly a year after we went to court in 2018 to acquire the title. Right? So there was agreements made in court that we will stand up, create this temporary board consisting of 5 managers. Me, Uncle, and the two elderly ladies, make up 4. And then we will vote on the 5th person, which was also a cousin on my grandma's side, one of her nieces. Right? One of her sister's kids. Right? So she's an aunt to my cousin. Mom and her are first cousins. I'm her second cousin. And again, you know, a year afterwards, and we were not invited to the conversation. I actually went to Marion County and spoke with the council as to how this came to be. How did y'all do this? Look at the tree falling down. How this came to be. How is it that, so you can tell right here, the hard top is a black top right here. So they came in here and got this material and created this big old crater, this big old hole. Man, mosquitoes out here just tearing me up. I gotta spray more off. But all that overgrowth, it was not there like that before. It was a big old crater full of dirt. Like you can see, like brown and goldish brown, goldish red soil. Right? Concrete blocks. Like it was, you can actually walk down there. You can't walk down there now, but it goes, you see it goes way across the way there. So let me switch my other camera. I'm gonna switch cameras. So, back to the story. So I went to Marion County. Right? Actually, before going to Marion County, we had a meeting with one of the councilmen for the area here, and we spoke to him, got the information. He told us that he spoke to other individuals who were not on the board, who claimed to be heirs of property, about the road, about clearing the road. But again, we were not included into the conversation. At least I wasn't included in the conversation. My uncle was included in the conversation. Things were being said, things were being done behind the scenes that we were not a part of, that we had no knowledge of, that the heirs they had no knowledge of. So I went to Marion County and had a conversation with them and asked, hey, how is it that y'all came to this decision, coming on our property and doing this? It was like, well, there's a document giving us easement rights to this property. I say, well, do you have it? You have a copy of it? Where did you discover this from? Oh, it's in the deed office. And while we're having this conversation, again, I'm talking to one of the county lawyers there. Right? This is like after the council, after the county council they had. I'm having sidebar conversations about the rain. We're having a sidebar conversation. I'm asking questions in the presence of 2 other managers. I'm asking questions as to try to get to the bottom of things, how this came to be. They said that they had this easement agreement, so I had to go find out. But during the conversation, the senator, I won't give his name, but was the advisor, if you will, to the council, because it's part of his district, I believe, right? And so he interjected, he politely interrupted and said, hey, is there opportunity for Department of Transportation or Department of Natural Resources to get access to the property so we can build a boat ramp, because it was destroyed, it was damaged, and we want to build a boat ramp? I'm like, no, sir. First of all, we're not here for that. And if you want to have that conversation, that's a conversation for the heirs to make that decision, not me or not the board, and not I made it very clear. I even drafted a memo for record after that conversation, explaining the whole process, explaining how things happen. So again, talk about doing things by the book, being transparent, open, and honest, following rules and laws. But things have not been done that way, and people have taken advantage of the lawlessness, the lack of organization, the lack of rules and laws, right? In managing the property, they took upon themselves because of a sense of entitlement, but they were told that they are heirs or whatever the case may be, and came on this property and did what they wanted to do. And we have lost money. Notice to say we. I didn't say I. The Heir Property has lost money because of negligence, because of mismanagement, because of all this stuff. And yet I'm accused of trying to steal the property. I'm accused of committing fraud and forgery and lying in court, submitting falsified documents in court, all this stuff. Because I'm trying to clear the property, I'm trying to clear the title and get it on track, get it where it needs to be. But no one wants to listen to me. No one listens to my grandmother or her children. Right? What about the living heirs or descendants of Washington James, Papa Jimmy's children that are still living, that are aunts to my mother, aunts and uncles to my mother, aunts and uncles to my grandparents' children. They're my great aunts, uncles, or great aunts, whatever. Either way, right? It's just crazy, but that's it right there. I mean, but no one's talking about that though. No one's talking about that. You know, one of the gentlemen of the hunting club saying that they know they're trying to cut timber. Can't cut timber, but people are trying to do it. Yes, the timber needs to be cut. Again, it has to be done in the right way, the proper way, in accordance with rules and laws. Otherwise, we're right back at square one again. But there it is. That's it in a nutshell. I just want to show you this part of the property, give you a tour, talk about some of the issues. I hope this video was entertaining as well as educational. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.